Welcome to the MOBILETrak Transfer Module walkthrough. Specifically for a real-time instance of Meridian's Meridian. Getting started, let's take a look at some of the settings that will be affecting our transfers. Warn on negative quantity. This setting acts as a warning to the user that they are performing a transaction that will take their Meridian on-hand quantity negative. We could warn the user that this request is for a higher amount than the quantity currently on hand in the transferring warehouse. To navigate to the transfer module, follow these steps. From the main menu, tap into Transfer. Then select the type of transfer you'd like to perform. The transfer module is designed to allow the user an intuitive way to transfer material from one warehouse to another. The item transfer is the most basic method of moving material. Here, you will start by typing in or scanning an item number. Once entered, you are presented with the transfer item detail page. On this page, you will see some of the item's attributes as well as areas for input. Attributes like the item description, bin location, and the quantity available to transfer will be listed. You will notice that the from location is filled in by default to show the location you are currently logged into. Both of these fields are drop-down menus containing the locations that are live in your Meridian instance. I'll now show the transfer of this bolt. I'll select the location I want to send this bolt to, in this case, location 10. Then I'll simply enter the quantity I want to transfer and hit the transfer button. Note that when you hit the transfer button, this inventory transaction will be sent directly to Meridian in real time, decreasing the on-hand count for that item in the sending location and increasing it in the receiving location. Let's now take a look at transfer requests. The transfer request module is where you are able to create a pick list of material that you would like to request from another warehouse. On the landing page, you'll see it's displayed in a list format much like the rest of the modules in MOBILETrak. The three sublists, current transfer requests, submitted transfer requests, and completed transfer requests. These will be populated once we begin creating requests. For now, let's focus on creating a transfer request. After clicking on the Create Transfer Request button, you will see a page asking for a description of the transaction and the location you are going to be requesting material from. The description will be attached to the request and will be seen by the warehouse you are requesting material from. This allows you the opportunity to add a reason for your request for material, such as October 13th storm or simply, we need more bolts. For the sake of our video, I'll give mine a simple description, MOBILETrak demonstration. Let's say I need that bolt back from location 10, so I'll use that as our from warehouse and hit Create Transfer Request. We will then be taken back out to our original screen, except now we see that the request we just created is showing in the current transfer request section. Let's continue our request. Clicking back into our request, we see a new screen showing the request number, the from location, the status, and the description we gave it. Let's add our bolt to the request. We'll click the Add Item to Transfer Request button and enter in our part number. MOBILETrak will show us the item description and on-hand quantity for our bolt in the requested location. I'll enter in the quantity of one that I need and hit Add Item to Transfer Request. We'll be taken back to the Transfer Request detail screen and we now see our bolt in the current items list. In transfer requests, we can add as many items as we'd like to the same request, creating a bulk request to be sent to the other warehouse. For our demonstration, I just need the one part. I'll hit the Submit Transfer Request button and just like that, we've requested material from another warehouse in real time. We'll be taken back to the Transfer Request screen where we'll now see our request in the Submitted section, waiting to be fulfilled by the other warehouse. Note that your organization can request that when a transfer request is submitted, a designated contact of your choice is notified via email. An example of the email your designated contact would receive is shown here. Now, let's take a look at the other end of this request, the Transfer Issue module. I'm going to change the location I'm logged into to location 10 to show what this looks like from the point of view of the warehouse who just received this request. Now logged into location 10, we see that on the home screen there's a red unstarted flag on the transfer icon letting us know there's been a request that we need to fulfill. Clicking into the transfer module, we now see that the flag is specifically on the transfer issue module. Let's click into it and take a look at the transfer issue screen. You will notice that this screen looks very similar to the transfer request screen, except these sections are labeled unstarted, in progress, and completed in louder colors to grab your attention. Let's click into our unstarted transfer request that we just sent ourselves from location 1. On this screen we see the transfer request number, location that requested our material, the request description, and the items requested. Clicking into the requested item, we'll see the item's attributes as well as the quantity we have available in this location, the requested quantity, the previously picked quantity, if any, and a field to add the current quantity we are releasing. Let's fulfill the request and pick the full quantity of 1. Hit Update Item. Back on the transfer issue detail screen we see that this item has now been pushed into the completed section. That's because we picked the full requested quantity. If we had only picked a partial amount of the requested quantity, it would have moved to the partial items section, waiting for us to pick the full quantity later on. Now let's hit the Complete Transfer button, issuing the items to the requesting warehouse and affecting our inventory counts in each warehouse in real time. Process inventory transactions in your warehouse in real time. At the point of activity. Reducing accounting errors straight from the device in your pocket with MOBILETrak WMS. If your utility is looking to maximize efficiency and minimize errors, contact ID Solutions for information on MOBILETrak WMS. Thank you for watching. Stay up to date with MOBILETrak by following us on our social media.